we do geolocation, geopresence verification. We tether the phone to the owner and to the location where they are. What we did, our system actually has a calendar and it tracks every day separately and stores it in the cloud. So all your check-ins, you went to Starbucks, you purchase coffee, you check in, and you use your touch and face ID, and then that record is kept.
Welcome to the Hackernoon podcast. I'm your host, Trent Lapinski. In this episode, we're coming to you from Startup Grind, and I interview a startup founder, Tarik Tali. And we talk about his new app, Taliware, which is a geopresence app that allows you to check in from your phone anywhere you go and match it to a geolocation using biometrics such as FaceID or Touch ID. In this episode, we talk about his new app, so stay tuned.
Greetings, hacker. Ever wonder how to submit stories to Hackernoon or check the status of your submissions? Well, wonder no more. Go to contribute.hackernoon.com. Whether you're a new writer, longtime contributor, or looking for the right place to spotlight your brand, get started with contribute.hackernoon.com. With your help, we are building Hackernoon 2.0 to be the best place for tech professionals to publish, and it starts with a new submission flow. Head over to contribute.hackernoon.com today to claim your spot. You are Hackernoon.
Welcome to the Hackernoon podcast. I'm your host, Trent Lapinski. I'm here at Startup Grind in Redwood City. I'm here with Tarik. Hey, Tarik. Who are you and what are you working on?
Yeah, my name is Tarik Tali. I'm the founder of a company called Taliware, and we do geolocation, geopresence verification. So basically, we tether the phone to the owner and to the location where they are.
Awesome. And what are some of the use cases for that technology?
Well, initially we developed for people who are going to court, who are having some, let's say, false stalking accusation situations. So this product actually verifies where the person is at any moment of the day. So you can no longer really go ahead and pull situations like that. So you always have.
Can you give an example? So let's say you want to track and say I was at a certain day, I was here at a certain place at a certain time. So how would I do that?
Well, before our product was developed, all we have is really a paper trail. You have to go to a shop. Let's say you went to Starbucks, you buy a cup of coffee, and you need to ask for the receipts.
Yep.
And then you have to keep track of all the receipts, maybe in an envelope or somewhere.
But you could have someone just go to that store and buy a cup of coffee and give you the receipt, right?
So when they go to court, the judge is not going to accept any receipt because it could be somebody else. So what we did, our system actually has a calendar and it tracks every day separately and stores it in the cloud. So all your check-ins, you went to Starbucks, you purchase coffee, you check in, and you use your touch and face ID, depends on what technology you have, and then that record is kept.
So you're matching the biometric data with the GPS data, and then putting that to a timeline.
That is correct. So it's available online anytime.
Got it.
The user wants.
And then this is an iOS app. This is running on an iPhone.
At the moment, it's only for iOS smartphones, and then down the road we could see the same application on the Android platform.
So could this technology be used for tracking packages, deliveries? Could this be used for other use cases as well?
Sure. Well, any time when you need proof of presence or geopresence, as we say, then our product could be used. Whether you're delivering a package, you want to have a proof that you really were there and you delivered it, or you're a messenger, trying to reach somebody but you show up, so you have a record of that presence, and you can print it.
I could see someone like Amazon using something like this. I can't tell you how many deliveries that were supposedly delivered and didn't actually show up at my door.
Yes.
If they had a system to check in and say hey, I was here at this date and time, and they use biometrics to say, hey, this person actually got their package. Like, that'd be kind of interesting.
Yes.
So is that something your app may be able to do in the future?
Of course, our platform is available. You could plug in if we have to, or use as it is. Person can just, when they arrive, they can just check in via their thumb or FaceID, and then that presence is logged in, and they can send the file whenever they need it to whoever wants it via email or whatnot. So I'll print it.
Awesome. And so tell us a little bit more about yourself. What's your background? Like, how did you come to work on something like this?
Well, unfortunately, I was in a court situation, and I was kind of told
it was a divorce, right? Not a legal, not a criminal or anything like that.
There was a divorce, and there's a lot of gray areas in court. You can tell somebody that you are stalking me anytime you want. It doesn't mean that you approve. So I was kind of harassed that way. And so I tried to find out software that can actually help me with that situation. There were none. So I went ahead and developed the software for people like me, and there are many situations like this.
Well, and I mean, I imagine this could also be good for like kids, having your kids check into a location and knowing like, hey, your kid checked into this device, it's using Face ID, like, your child's actually at that location at that time. That'd be really handy for like custody cases.
That is true. Parents can have proof of where the kids have been any day, and also that you mentioned it. We also do drop-offs and pickups management. Parents, in a custody situation, when one accuses the other one of not showing up on time, well, this is the perfect tool.
Yeah.
You arrive, you check in, and then the record of that presence is logged, and then you have it.
And so, again, a little more about you. Like, so you've been in the tech industry for a while, right?
Yes, I've been in Silicon Valley for over 25 years. I went to San Jose State for computer science. I worked for big companies like HP, in systems and chip companies and software areas. And so this happens, it was just one of those out of nowhere, and then I had to do something.
And now you're in the startup game, and you're at Startup Grind here.
I know, it was really awesome to really launch the product live today. It was really a great feeling to have a solution for the masses. I'm very proud to really bring this for everybody. Even somebody today said, can I use it for property management? I said, what? He said, well, I check a lot of properties and I need to have proof that I have checked on this house and that house and the other ones. Of course, so he's going to download and give us some feedback.
Awesome. What other use cases? What else can this app do for people?
But for now, we have really a good roadmap. So we don't want to say much before we can have stuff ready, but at the moment we do geopresence really well. We have proof of presence technology, so we tether the phone via the GPS to the user via Touch ID and Facial ID. We do it very well, and again, as I mentioned, you can use it for false allegations protection, child custody management, property management. Also, if you're in sales and you want to track your trips and have them logged in, so you can send your management, instead of looking for your airline ticket to show them you went and visited somewhere, in Minnesota, Florida, then you have all your trips automatically logged in. You can just look at the dates, you can print the range, and voila.
So, I mean, on one hand, there's a little bit of like, I hate to use the word, but a tracking element to this. But at the same time, like, this also has a lot of use because you can prove you were in certain locations at certain times. So, what's kind of your thought to that?
Well, we give the tracking, we give it to the end user. We are GDPR compliance. We do not keep the data, and like the other companies, iPhone knows where you are, Facebook knows where you are, and they use the data and they sell it. As you can see, it's already happening. But we are doing it for good use. We are giving the data and the decision
to the user.
To the user, they can decide to turn it on, turn it off, use it whenever they want in situations when they come up.
So this is better than in the current situation where, you know, you're just feeding all your data to some corporation. In this case, you're actually in control of your own data, and you're in control of when that data gets received.
Sure, look at Google, they push the weather.
Yeah.
When you are, how you know where you are is, you know, they push the weather on you, and they share your location, and then they push restaurants in the area on you. So they really know already. What we did is actually we turn something that is of benefit to the end user. You know, identity management using your touch and FaceID has never been done before. This is the first. And we have patents granted on this technology, which means, you know, the examiner have looked around and then give us the merit. It's the first one. Yeah. So we're really happy.
I mean, this is the first time I've heard of something like this. It's an interesting idea because there's a lot, you know, I can just keep thinking of different use cases for it. And there's kind of no end to it because this can be used for all different things. I mean, there's delivery services, there's like the dog walking apps where, you know, you walk the dog and, you know, that you want to know, like, hey, did they take my dog around the block or what happened? You know, there's use cases like that. And then at the enterprise level, I mean, tracking, you know, did someone get the delivery? Did this arrive on time? Like knowing which employee checked certain items in and that kind of thing. Like companies are looking for something like that.
If you have a house in Hawaii, did the gardener come every Tuesday?
Yeah.
How do you know? He may probably not want to show up until it's true. In fact, I was approached by last week by somebody from security to say, can I use this for a security company? You know, they have security guards who go around the building and they have to check in. They've been at this place and that place. Oh, how do you know? They tell you, yes, I've been around and I checked in. There's a little piece of paper. But this one actually put a thumb or the facial ID at that location.
Yep.
And so it is 100%. The person was there, you know, at that time. So.
No, I could see that with security guards. You know, every time they get to a certain location, they've got to tap their Touch ID or their Face ID and say, hey, yep, I was here at this time at that, you know, at that time. I mean, I could even see police using something like this as well. That, you know, there's probably a use case there as well.
Sure, for in a parole situation, when you're out of the parole scenario, you still want to be protected.
Yeah.
You know, they tell you
someone who's on parole,
I have seen you somewhere. How do you know?
Yeah.
Because when you go to court, you can say whatever you want. I've seen you and bring a witness. Yeah. In fact, our product is going to make it very difficult for somebody to come to testify as a witness. Why? Because the judge will have the printouts
of where you were at what time.
With touch and facial ID. So be careful what you come and say.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, you may go home with a subpoena to come back, and you may get some warnings or maybe a fee.
Yeah.
So with Taliware out there, which will be very hard to lie under oath or bring a false witness to testify for you. So
well, I see the benefits, like I said, from everything from security guards to court cases to people on parole to child pickup and drop off to custody cases.
Yes.
There's a lot of times when you need to prove that you were at a certain place at a certain time, and you'd think it would have existed by now. You think someone would have built this, but not yet.
What's interesting?
Until you did.
Or when I was when I had this situation, I was looking into software. There was none. There was Foursquare. Yeah. So I was checking in, but my phone could be with anybody else.
Yeah, without the authentication.
It wasn't admissible in court. How can you take somebody a phone, like a printout of some screen and say it was me? How would the judge dismiss it?
Yeah.
But now with Touch and Face ID, and thanks to Apple, I mean the technology came in right on time.
Yeah.
And we worked on actually leveraging. And also keep the cost low. So we are really providing very low cost services, otherwise you couldn't get. Even the parolees, they have to wear an ankle bracelet that costs $300 a month.
Wow.
We are not even near that on a monthly basis.
Okay. Very cool. Well, where can people find you and where can people find your app?
Yeah, our app, as of today, we went live at Startup Grind in Redwood City. It is in an app store. It's available for iOS. Please download it.
And that's Taliware, right?
It's Taliware. And You get free trial, and of course, there is a monthly subscription after that.
Great. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right. Take care. This concludes another episode of the Hacker Noon podcast. I'm your host, Trent Lapinski. Please don't forget to subscribe to us on iTunes and YouTube and follow us on social media. You can also find us at hackernoon.com and podcast.hackernoon.com for more episodes. Thank you for listening.